What we do is we give people rides who can't drive anymore. So for example, your grandma or grandpa, if maybe their eyes aren't good enough, or they just, for whatever reason, a doctor says, or your mom and dad tell grandma and grandpa it's not safe to drive anymore, then we give them rides. And the way that we do that is we have volunteers. And the volunteers go in their own cars and pick up the people who need a ride and take them wherever they need to go. It can be to the doctor, it could be to church, it could be to the grocery store, because think they need food, right? Especially, and they need some fresh vegetables and fruits like your mom and dad always tell you. All of those kinds of things. Or they might need to come visit you because they miss you. So the people that we give rides to have to be at least 60 years old. So people about my age and older are who we give rides to. And they also have to live in Weld County. So any town, or even not in a town, in Weld County, if that's where they live, we can give them rides. We cannot, at least yet, give people rides who are in wheelchairs. And that's because our volunteers aren't strong enough a lot of times to lift those wheelchairs. We're trying to get what they call a handicap accessible van, which all that means is that a wheelchair can ride in it. The biggest difference is not being able to drive, not having transportation is the number one reason, it's the biggest reason that people 60 and older have to move out of their homes, have to go live in what they call assisted living or a nursing home. And so they really want to stay in their own homes, and they stay healthier if they live in their own homes. They stay healthier because they're happier. That's where they know people, that's where they know their way around, it's where they can be the most themselves. The donations help because it costs us money to have an office, and it costs money to have people who work in the office to schedule the rides. So if a volunteer is ready to take a ride, they look on the computer most of the time. But the people who need a ride call in and say, I need to go to the doctor on this date at this time. And the women that work in the office write that down in a computer. They type it into the computer so that the volunteers can go in and decide which rides they take. So we want everybody who can stay in their home to stay in their home. And that's what your donations will do to help. So thank you for helping us.